live stream special. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to the video. Now, just before we get started and just as we wait for a couple of people to hop in, I'm just going to do a very quick bit of homework. So just give me 1 second. So if you are watching this back, then you might just want to skip ahead a couple of minutes. So that's absolutely fine. So I just need to put a thumbnail on this video so people know exactly what it is that I'm doing. So, right. So we have one watching. Hello. Thank you for joining. Right. What am I doing? Tell me what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Oh, losing the plot already, guys. Hey, Dan. How are you doing? In fact, what I'll do is just as we're sat here, just whilst I'm doing the quick homework, let's go for some kind of ride POV or something. So there you go. Let's go for a POV on that, just while we're there. Hey, Chrissy. Right. There you go. We'll go for a ride on this, just whilst we do the homework. Evening, Becky. Evening, Dragon. Oh, wow. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Wow. I am literally just doing my thumbnail for the video. Oh, yeah, Dan, I've only just started it yet. That's absolutely fine. I've literally only just started. I was a couple of minutes behind, so... Right, let's save that. We've got the thumbnail on for the video. 6 people in already. Wow. Right, there we go. I think I'm all done. Am I done? I might be. Might be. I'm not 100% sure. Right, so plans for this live streams. Well, live stream. I don't really have any plan, if I'm being brutally honest. I've jotted down a couple of the questions that people have asked over various different platforms. I thought I would just go through some of them, but if anybody has any questions, then by all means throw them in. And then just as we go through the live stream, I thought we could just do some ride POVs. We can just go around some of the parks and everything. Just ones that I've done, some projects that I've been working on. So, before we start, I should do a big thank you, because I don't want to forget. So, of course, big thank you to absolutely everybody who has subscribed and got me to this 1,000 in the first place. I mean, I never thought for a second that I would get to 1,000 when I started this, not even for a second, but I think that's kind of almost relates into one of the questions later on. I also want to special thank you to Tommy CM, Planet Plipcam, Michael and Jasmine, M&J Games, Dan's Theme Park, Moomin Little Socks, so many different people who've supported me this time and wouldn't be where I am now without them. So special thanks to you guys in particular. But just as we have a quick walk around Eden Gardens, which was my very first project, let's have a look at some of these questions. So Jan Riot, I'm very sorry if I've said that wrong. He asked, how did I come across Planet Coaster and why am I base the channel around it? I think as a console player, I think I actually kind of came across it through Channel 5 Gaming, if I'm honest. Hi NH, thank you for joining. Yeah, I think a lot of console players, I think we all kind of just watched Channel 5 Gaming and just sat there hoping and praying that one day it would come to consoles. I mean, me personally, I didn't think it would. I never actually thought we would get Planet Coaster on console. I just thought I was destined to watch it on PC for the rest of my life. And then when Frontier actually announced it, yeah, I was absolutely over the moon. And why base my channel around it? To be honest, it was kind of almost accidental. I'd never intended on becoming a content creator. I kind of almost fell into it. So I was playing Final Fantasy XIV online with loads of friends, and I started playing Planet Coaster, and they're like, oh, what's Planet Coaster? We want to see it. So I said, oh, I'll just do a couple of quick YouTube videos and just show you what it is. And I did that, and then I got a couple more people watching, and then I started this park, and I thought, well, I'll make a series of it, and I started getting more people watching, and then I think Michael from M&J Games said, would I mind doing a park spotlight? And I was like, well, I haven't done any park spotlights, but yeah, why not? I could do a park spotlight. So I did that, and then more came in and more came in, and now I'm to the point where I'm not even joking, I think I must have about 20 parks to spotlight now. It's absolutely insane. My spotlight list never goes down, if I'm being honest. I'm constantly being asked to do spotlights on various different consoles. I'm asked to do PC ones, Xbox ones, PlayStation ones. So yeah, if I don't always get round to doing them, that's why. I do try. And let's go for a POV on Wasp's Nest as we're talking. But yeah, Jan, that's why I based the channel around Planet Coaster. It was accidental. So I think you subbed to my channel in the first time. I think you were, Dan, if I'm being honest. I think, if memory serves me right, I think you were in my first, like, 20 subscribers, if I'm honest. So, yeah, thank you ever so much, Dan, for being, like, one of my earliest supporters. I believe you and Planet Plipcam were, like, kind of two of my earliest ones, if memory serves me correct. Jan also asked, why not use Plipcam during spotlights? If I'm being honest, Jan, everybody wants different. I had a question like this on one of the spotlights I did the other day. It was why don't you do track POV? And it's one of them situations where no matter what I do, I can't please everybody. So some people would want it in Plipcam, then others would be like, oh, why do you only ever look around Plipcam? We want to see up above. So it's one of them things, you can't always please everybody. Sometimes I have done Plipcam in spotlights, like if people have specifically asked me to do Plipcam, then I have done, of course, because that's their request. But for me personally, I like to have the freedom to move around the park, and I think Plipcam can sometimes be quite restrictive in its movements. So I just personally like to have that kind of the free cam, like this. I feel quite comfortable moving around like this in this kind of camera mode, and I know a lot of people can't control this camera mode, and they say, oh, I don't know how you managed to do that camera mode. Think of it like a first person shooter. Think of it like you're playing Call of Duty or Halo or something like that. If you imagine like kind of your left stick will like kind of do your axes like that, and then your right stick just does the moving around. Oh, hello, Rice Racing. Oh, that's a new name. That's not one I recognise. Thank you ever so much for joining the live stream. Yeah, I don't recognise that name. Thank you ever so much for thanking me, and thank you for joining the video as well. So yeah, Jan, that's to answer that question, why I don't always use Plipcam. I just like having the freedom and being able to move around at my own leisure. Like things like this, for example, you wouldn't be able to see that in Plipcam mode as well. NH99, one of my favourite creators, by the way, on the console. I have a couple of favourite creators, and NH99 is certainly one of them. But he asks, what parks have I been to and my favourite ride? Unfortunately, I'm going to have somewhat of a boring answer for this. So I actually grew up 3 miles away from Alton Towers, in a little place called Cheadle. So the first place that I went to was Alton Towers, and I then ended up working there for 5 years. It's kind of almost like a rite of passage, if I'm being honest. If you live in Staffordshire, you have to work at Alton Towers. So yeah, Alton Towers is my probably favourite park, and favourite ride would probably be Nemesis as well from Alton Towers. I mean, I remember when that came out in 1994. Nemesis first opened, so I would have been 11 when that came out. So if anybody wants to do the maths, feel free, go ahead and work out how old I am. But yeah, I went on Nemesis when I was 11 years old, and oh my god, it scared the absolute crap out of me. But yeah, best ride I've ever been on, probably. I'm not going to lie, despite the fact that I'm a Planet Coaster YouTuber, I don't visit a lot of theme parks, I'm not going to lie. With me being like kind of married and kids and things like that, I've got younger kids. Well, I say younger, like my youngest is 8 now. I don't really go to theme parks that much. Maybe that'll change a bit later on, especially now with me kind of like doing the YouTube side with theme parks. I might have to start going a little bit more, but I don't know. David Floors, he actually asked this earlier on today, so he put this on the post that I put on YouTube the other day. He said, what is the best way of planning a park and finishing within the counter? So David, that's actually a really good question, and I think that very much depends on the person. Now, everybody will go around planning a park differently. Me personally, I have no plan whatsoever. I just absolutely wing it. I mean, this park, for example, I didn't come in with a plan. I just literally went as I went. In hindsight, looking back with the Oswald counter, I maybe would have planned it a little bit differently. I think you need to be realistic with what you're looking at building. So with us being console players and having the Oswald counter, you do need to approach it differently. So maybe kind of like look at, if you're PS5, maybe look at 2 or 3 coasters and about 4 or 5 flat rides maybe. It depends. It depends on what type of park you want to go for. Do you want to go for highly detailed? Do you want to go for an NH99 park, or a like a Tommy P and Mavs Fan Park, or TJ Puffs Park, where they do super like big detailed parks? Then you are going to need less rides, understandably. It just depends on the person, to be honest, and depends how many parks you've built as well. Hey Kep, thank you for joining. Actually, really good timing, Kep, because I was just actually getting to your questions. So, what shall we do as we just go through your questions? Let's go for a ride on. Let's go for a ride on this. I've got them written down. That's really kind of you. Thank you. I've actually got them written down right in front of me. Well, that's really kind of you to offer. So we'll just go for a quick ride on Mountain Dive, just as we go through some more questions. So Cap1969 says, why do I like water features so much? Well, I don't know how well you guys can hear me with the ride in the background. Maybe I should turn that down a little bit. Let's take that down a little bit. There you go. I'll turn the ride down a little bit because I didn't know how loud that was coming through. So why do I like water features so much? If I'm being honest, I always like water. I'm one of them freaks that loves water in video games. I mean, ever since like Sonic the Hedgehog on the Mega Drive, and you're in the water and it was like, and you were like almost drowned. I've just loved water in video games. And it's just always been one of them things, like kind of whenever I've got a video game, I have to go and look at the water effects. So you can imagine what I was like when Assassin's Creed Black Flag came out and it's all pirates and on the water. Oh my god, I loved that game so much just because of the water. And I think that's just kind of transitioned through into Planet Coaster. I just love water features, and I think a good implementation of a water feature in a park can really accent a park and bring it to life as well. So yeah, that answers that one. I think it's just become a bit of an ongoing joke, if I'm honest, like almost like a running meme. Just that Matty loves water features, so people put water features in to appease me. I literally think that's what it is. And Kep also asked what comes easiest for me and what do I struggle with the most in Planet Coaster. I love the foliage and the paint tool stuff and stuff like that. Obviously, water features, things like that. I love that. I think I really excel at stuff like that. And I've just read one of the comments. I'll come back to that in a minute. And what do I struggle with the most? This may sound really, really stupid, but it's actually the theme parks that I struggle with the most. Now, I know a lot of people are waiting for Eden Springs to come back. The reason I've been delaying that series because I'm almost to the park, and I'm actually worried about when I get to the park. Because I love the outside stuff, I love the farm, I love the village, all the paint tool, the fields, the foliage, all that kind of stuff. But the actual park building itself, I'm really conscious of that, and I feel like I really struggle at that aspect of the park. So yeah, that's what I feel like I struggle with the most, and that's sometimes why I don't always do the Let's Play stuff, because I struggle with the building, and I'm my own worst critic kind of thing. I don't really like the stuff that I build, and I always kind of compare myself to others and think I can do better. So yeah. So we've had some questions in the chat as we've been going. So Dan says, here's a quick question. Have you seen Jurassic World Velocicoaster at Universal in Florida? And if so, do I want to ride it? Yes and yes. is the answer to that. Yes, I have seen it. Yes, I would love to go on it. I actually was talking about Velocicoaster in the spotlight that I released on Monday, which was the Rivendell Park by. Oh, the creator's name's literally just. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, I can't remember the creator's name. I'm sorry. But yeah, I was talking about Velocicoaster in that, and one of the rides that he put in that, I was actually comparing to Velocicoaster because of how good it was. Deep PHS, thank you, NH. It was literally right on the tip of my tongue, and I couldn't find it. So yes, I would love to go on that. And Mabstam said Echo the Dolphin is one of the three. Echo the Dolphin, I love that game. Echo the Dolphin was amazing. It was so hard as well. Did anybody else actually play Echo the Dolphin? It was amazing. Such a good game. Right, let's swap parks. Let's have a load up of something else while we're here, shall we? What have we got? Let's go to the most impractical park. We haven't been to the impractical park in ages. God, I haven't opened this up in months. Oh, sorry. Just having a swig of a drink just whilst this loads up. Oh, Echo takes me back as well. Showing me age. Now, here we go. The most impractical, unbelievable, unrealistic park in the world. Wow. I can't believe how long it's been since I've been here. Oh, I actually forgot what this park looks like. I'm not going to lie. I really do need to do the Impractical Park Season 2. Oh, I don't know how many people would have actually watched me build this. Obviously, I know I've had a lot of new people kind of like come and join and subscribe to me recently. So anybody that is unfamiliar with this park was actually made by the viewers, and all the people who took part are all named down here. So all the people who gave me suggestions are all here. So there are people who are in the chat there. Dan's Theme Park. You were like the second person to give me an idea. Chris Hughes in the chat at the moment. You've got M&J Games there. Tommy CM, PJB Studios. Who else have we got? Vandermated Media, Web Gaming, Planet Plip Camp. Oh, who else? We've got NH99, who's currently in the chat at the moment as well. So, yeah, the idea behind the series was everybody gave me an idea. Oh, Unknown Games, you're on there as well. There you go, Unknown Games, you're there as well. Mavs Fan 4, yeah, Loco, you're there as well. So, yeah, the idea behind this park was every week people just gave me stupid suggestions, and I had to do it. That was literally what the park was. So, the stupider the idea, it went in. So, for example, we had a sci-fi ride that was themed to anything but sci-fi. So it went to adventure. We have this coaster here that doesn't actually go. So this is actually two coasters. It comes up to there and then just falls back into the station again. And that's it. That's the ride. You had a kickflip here that's literally themed to two different rides. Not a kickflip, an Insanity ride. So you had half themed to fire, half themed to ice. Around the world in 80 minutes. Oh, my days. Oh, this park was ace. I proper missed this park. I need to do season 2. And this was the best. Death to Xbox. Where literally the ride just goes around and blows up an Xbox as it goes. So as it gets to the very top here, the Xbox blows up. Oh, I've completely forgot about this park. Yeah, I need to come back. Let's go for a POV on. Oh, that was it. Ring of Death. That's what it was called. The Treehouse Carousel. Right. Anyway, let's go for a ride on this just as we do some more questions. Oh, what a stupid ride this was. Oh dear. Right. So let's have a look. Planet Plipcam says. If I could add another coaster to the game, what type of coaster would I add? I'd probably add the one from Alton Towers. The one that actually drops and then goes backwards again. The one that Tommy CM built for his Alton Towers series. I can't remember what it's called. What's that ride called? Somebody will tell me in the comments in a second. But yeah, I'd love to have that kind of feature in the game, like kind of where you can have the different levels of a coaster and have the coaster drop down. 13, thank you. Nobody. Yeah, 13. I'd like to have that in the game. I think that'd be really cool. Hello, Inferno. Thank you for joining. Hello, Neil, as well. Thank you for joining as well. And Planet Plipcam also says, what TV size have I got and how close do I sit? I'm not sure what size TV this is. I think it's a... I think it's a 60-inch. I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure on that one. Hello, Benjamin. Thank you for joining. And how close do I sit? I sit on my sofa. So about, I don't know, 2 or 3 meters away. I don't know. Not too close anyway. Comical Flame says, what was the first park I visited? Like I said earlier on, it was Alton Towers. Hello, Flooded Tombs. Thank you for joining. So many people. Oh, wow, this is ace. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Dan's Theme Park says, PC when? I'm going to be honest, Dan. I'm not 100% sure if ever, if I'm being honest. As much as I'd like to be PC, I'm not very good with PC. I don't really have the funds. And plus, I like kind of being in the console community as well. I think the PC community has got so many amazing people like yourself, Moomin, Little Socks, Nerd Chat Show, Wix. Honestly, the list goes on and on and on. There's just so many amazing PC creators. And then you've got Channel 5 Gaming, of course, that does the PC spotlights. And I think like kind of the console community doesn't really have that so much. I think the console community is supported very much by me, Tommy, Michael and Jasmine and Plip. And I don't think there's that many others kind of like really like kind of quite big console YouTubers. So I kind of like being a console YouTuber, and I've kind of got my little niche, so to speak. So yeah, probably PC never. Hello, Planet Plipcam, the speak of the devil and you shall join. Right, Ollie has given me quite a few questions. So she said, which project am I most proud of and why? It'd have to be Eden Gardens. Eden Gardens was my baby. It was the first park I ever built. It was what inspired me to start doing YouTube. Yeah, I don't think I can top Eden Gardens, if I'm honest. It's just my favourite one. I loved Eden Gardens. What inspired me to start YouTube, and how was the road to the first 1,000? Inspired to YouTube, if I'm being honest, as I was saying earlier on, I almost fell into it. I didn't mean to do YouTube. It wasn't like I actively went out of my way to be a content creator. It was a couple of friends on Final Fantasy had said, oh, Matt, what's Planet Coaster? Can you chuck a video on YouTube for me and show us what it is? And that's what I did. And a couple more people watched it. I think Plip was one of the first people to come along as well. One of the first people that I'd met. I was already familiar with Moomin Little Socks. I'd been watching some of his videos. I'd watched some of Tommy CM. I'd been watching Planet Plipcam. And I kind of was almost inspired by them, to be honest. I mean, a lot of people who've been watching the channel will probably see that Moomin Little Socks has probably been my biggest inspiration, to be honest. I'm probably one of his biggest fans. I'm such a little fanboy. So yeah, like I love the style that he does, and I love the comedy aspect, and I'm quite naturally sarcastic in real life as well. I am quite quick and witty and sarcastic, so that comes quite naturally to me, and I've got the gift of the gab as well. When I get talking, I just don't stop. So yeah, I kind of think YouTube was kind of one of them things that kind of came quite naturally to me. How hyped am I for Jurassic World Dominion? Insanely hyped, but not as hyped as my 8-year-old son. Oh my God, is he excited. He is desperate to go and see it. So yes, I'll be taking him to see it the day it comes out. He has been desperate to go and see it, and he's been asking me since it was very first announced all them years ago. Would have only been about 6. And he's like, Dad, can you take me to go and see Jurassic World? I'll be like, yes. Is it out before my birthday? No. It's going to be a couple more birthdays before it's out. So yeah, I'm extremely hyped for that. Ollie also asks, scones or scones? scones. Duh, of course, it's scones. And do you put cream on first or jam on first? I don't put jam on scones. I only put cream on. So for me, cream. So scones and cream. Right, I've also got a couple more questions. Hang on, I've got to turn. I'm turning the page. Oh, thank you for joining, Unknown. Thank you ever so much. Thank you for joining. Right, we've been for a ride on that. What else can we go on? What shall we go for a ride on, guys? As we are waiting, shall we go for a ride on? I can't remember what it's called now. What's it called? Rick. There you go. The Rick rolled roller coaster. But try saying that 5 times fast. The Rick rolled roller coaster. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna keep you down. I can't remember how it goes. Whatever. So Loco, who's in the chat, nobody you know who's also in the chat right now, says if I'm being sent to an island in Solitude for 2 years and I could take 3 games, what 3 games would I take? Excuse me. Planet Coaster, because obviously, of course, I've got to say that, because that's how I'm now making my living. Of course, that's my career now as Planet Coaster. Final Fantasy 14, because it's probably the game that I've put the most hours to in my entire life. And a third game, I honestly don't know. I'd say something like the Mass Effect trilogy, because that's like also one of my favourite games of all time. But then again, I've already played it. I honestly don't know what a third game would be. Final Fantasy 14, Planet Coaster. I'd probably say like Civilization 6, actually, because I really like Civ. And me and my wife play Civilization like a lot. Do I have a go-to party trick? I kind of do some voices, like as I've done in the videos in the past, like kind of Dobby and Gollum and things like that, like stupid abysses, like that, like the Gollum impression has always been my go-to party trick. Rank the themes: festive, western, fairy tale, sci-fi, pirate, and Planet Coaster. Oh, that's difficult. So I would probably go. I'd probably go fairy tale, pirate, western, sci-fi, Planet Coaster, festive. There you go. If I had to go in an order. And have I got any opinions of when I use them and when I see them in spotlights? There you go. Let's just go on something else quickly. Hang on. We can go and look at Planet Zoo. There you go. Just while I answer some of that, let's just hide that HUD. Oh, there you go. Planet Zoo. Hi, Steve. Thank you for joining. What opinions have I really got? Well, I mean, if I'm being honest, I've not really used all of them. I've not. Do you know what? I've never actually built in any of them styles, full stop. So for me personally, I wouldn't say I've really got one. With regards to spotlights, I do like a good Western park. Pirate parks. Again, going back to NH99, you're getting some love this video, man. Jesus, about the 3rd time I've mentioned you. But his Pirate Park is amazing. Sci-fi don't really tend to see so much of, but I know a couple of people are working on sci-fi parks at the moment, just to please me. But my favourite theme, if I'm being honest, has to be like the Asian theme, like the Asian, Japan, China theme. I love that. And there you go, there are all the questions. So I haven't got any more questions written down. Have I got any that have come in? If I had to choose favourite Potter character, what do you mean Harry Potter? I'm not sure what you're meaning by Potter. If you mean Harry Potter, it's going to have to be Hermione Granger. I'm afraid I've always loved Hermione. I love Emma Watson. But only like kind of in the last film, can I just say, only from the last film onwards. Because otherwise I'm going to be getting in trouble. But yeah, I've got a bit of a thing for Emma Watson. So, yeah. Right, let's load up another park just whilst we're here. What have we got? Let's have a quick zoom. I haven't been in this one in ages either. The Oasis Falls. So yeah, they are all the questions that I've had. I haven't really, if I'm honest, got any more plans for the rest of the video. I kind of went through that like really quickly, if I'm honest. So a lot of the rest is just going to be questions that you guys throw at me in the chat, and I'll kind of like answer Oh, there you go. I've got some questions coming in. There you go. So let's go through some of these. Right. So, um, best custom item I've seen and favorite console park I've seen so far. Oh, now that is difficult. Favorite custom item. Hmm. I think, and this is not to blow your trumpet, welfare, and I genuinely like. I'm not trying to blow your trumpet, but I would say for practicality and simplicity, I would say your ride height sign from Welfare Park is probably one of my favourite little things that I've seen, just for like kind of practicality and like kind of every park use. I would say that, if I'm honest. Let's go for a ride on one of these rides just as we're here, and then I can focus. Um, oh, that's something that really jumps out at me was that. Um, One thing that really jumps out at me, and I've just kind of like seen something in the chat actually that made me think of something. The whale that was built in Silex's underwater using just terrain. That's one of the things that has really stood out to me as well. A favourite park. I mean that is difficult. I mean, if you're going back to like obviously last year, I did the top 10 parks of the year, and I'd put the Simpsons Tropical Park at number one. Um, I don't know if it's just because I've only just done it, and I don't know if it's because of that newness and the freshness, and maybe I'd feel differently in a couple of months. But I'd have to maybe actually say the Rivendell from the other day from Deep PHS. Now, I know that that's the newest spotlight that I've done, so cheeky little plug. If you haven't seen the Rivendell spotlight that I did the other day, go and check that out. But I would actually say that is arguably one of my favourite parks I've ever spotlighted. If I'm being honest, that was absolutely mental. Yeah, potentially that was my favourite park I've ever spotlighted. Kep says, "What's my favourite food to eat when you're in a real life park?" Hot dogs. It's got to be hot dogs. You go to a park and you get like one of them foot long hot dogs with onions and tomato ketchup, and then you have some, and then you get the ketchup down you. Yeah, every time. Yeah, gotta be. Jessica says, "Oh, I can put my park for quick view if you want. So it has enough for you to view right now." Actually, oh, I'm literally just kind of like just going through some parks, just like that I've done, like just some projects that I've been working on. Cast, but your video will be one that will be upcoming. Don't worry. The whale is from Story Ride, Big Teller, Disneyland, California, and Splash Mountain is Rabbit and Bear House. I'm not sure what you're on about, Benjamin. Yeah, I need you to elaborate, my friend, on what you're on about. The Scarlet Knight, who's my little brother. So say hello to my little brother, who William. He's in the chat. Hello, William, little brother. Hello, little bro. He says you haven't seen my PC parks. I haven't. No, I have not seen any of your PC parks. NH says, "What's my favourite football club?" I'm not really into football. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry, football is not my forte. Doesn't really interest me. I don't even do the World Cup. Not bothered. Formula One, on the other hand, I love Formula One. Sorry, I'm a Lewis Hamilton fan. Sorry, everybody. But I also like McLaren as well. I do love McLaren. Um, right, what else? What else can we talk about in this stream? How long have we been going? How has this stream been going for 35 minutes already? Wow. And you've just listened to me waffle on for 35 minutes about nothing in particular. Wow, hang on, I just need a quick drink. Oh, right, so some more questions. Um, Also, I'm to answer you as I've been. There's a ride called Storybook and there's a whale that's. Ah, right, okay. Right, so does anybody else have any more questions for me? Just as we like kind of just tootle around on this boat. What else can I talk about? What else can I waffle about as we're here? How unprofessional is this? So I'll probably say plans moving forward, if I'm honest. I mean, to be fair, Dragon, you are right. To be honest, I do waffle on and spotlight. I do. You are right. So I should probably say kind of like plans moving forward for this channel, I guess. Obviously, of course, spotlights will continue as normal. I've got no intention of stopping spotlights. Um, I mean, I've got about 20 parks at the moment that I do need to spotlight. You've got Planet Zoo that will hopefully be coming out on console at some point. So I will, of course, be doing zoo reviews and things like that. So it's going to be the same. Let's go for a ride on the log flume as we're here. So yeah, I will be doing that as well. I don't really know what else. To be honest, the channel is most likely just going to stay with Planet Coaster for the time being. I haven't really got any like kind of plans of venturing out into other games. I thought about maybe doing a bit of Gran Turismo, like kind of car spotlights with people's designs on that, but I don't know how interested I am, so I'll probably just stick with the Planet Coaster, if I'm honest. So many comments coming in now. What do I wish Planet Coaster had more of? Water features. Next question. No, Midway Games. I would say Midway Games would be the one thing that I would like. I would like actual and working Midway Games. I would love that. Am I going to do a review of the contest creations? Yes, I am, NH, and that is currently planned for next Saturday. I don't think it's been officially announced yet, but the plan is it should be next Saturday, the live stream. So it'll be me and TJ Puffs 92 again doing the live stream. It should be either 7 or 8 o'clock next Saturday evening, and we've currently got 10 submissions for the PlayStation side, so yeah, quite looking forward to that. Dragonborn says, do I ever think we'll get Planet Zoo? Yes. Yeah, I do, 100%. Well, without a shadow of a doubt. I can't see how we wouldn't, to be honest, because Planet Coaster on console has become quite a big market as well. It's been quite popular. Obviously, they've made a lot of money off it. I do, however, think that Planet Zoo will be a next-gen only. Personally, now I apologise to anybody that does not own a next-gen console, but I hope it's a next-gen only. I don't want the game to be held back just to facilitate last-gen consoles. I think Planet Zoo will be next year. I think Christmas or kind of like fall 2023 will be when Planet Zoo console comes out. If I was to guess, I'd say back end of next year. And I think that would be sufficient time for companies to say, okay, people have had time to buy a next-gen console, we are going to do next-gen only. And I think that would be enough time to not alienate a lot of the fans as well. So yeah, me personally, I think next year, and I hope next-gen only. Hello, Daniel, Danny DeVito. Thank you for joining. Thank you ever so much. There's Planet Coaster 2 rumours at the moment. There is so many rumours circulating at the moment. I mean, Planet Coaster 2 is literally the worst kept secret in the world ever. So yeah, it will come at some point. As and when, I don't know, because obviously Frontier are so busy at the moment. They've got the Formula One manager game coming this year. So a lot of the focus is going to go on that. I think next year will be, like I say, the Planet Zoo console edition. So I think we'll get an announcement maybe early next year, maybe like kind of springish time. And then I think 2024 will be Planco 2. But I don't know. I don't work for Frontier. I just kind of like just what everyone else says as well. Dragonborn says, will I ever do a collaboration park like M&J Games? Well, we did the collab park with me, M&J Games and Web Gaming. It was the collab campaign map makeover, and we've done 3 parks at the moment. So the links will be... In fact, no, there's a playlist. So there's actually a playlist on my channel if you go and have a look. And what we did is we did the first 3 maps of the campaign mode, and we couldn't do any terraforming. We couldn't change any of the pathing or anything like that, and we made 3 parks. So yeah, as for more collab parks in the future, I honestly don't know. I don't really build that much, if I'm being honest. I haven't built in Eden Springs for ages. I mean, I'll actually show you guys what Eden Springs looks like at the moment. So yes, I know the next episode isn't out, but I'm going to give you a sneak peek of what Eden Springs currently looks like right now. I just don't really build that much because by the time I've done all the spotlights, I kind of go off to other games and like kind of that's my downtime. I play a lot of Civilization 6. I go on Final Fantasy 14. I'm playing Gran Turismo 7 a bit at the minute. I kind of use my downtime from spotlights to play other games. So I don't really build that much myself. And if I'm being honest, my favourite thing in Planet Coaster is looking at your guys' stuff. It truly is. That is my favourite thing to do in Planet Coaster is just look at other people's creations. I absolutely love it. And the fact that all of you enjoy watching me do that and walk around parks just waffling, honestly, it's just amazing. I love it. So, right. Yes, more Midway games. Yeah, 100%. I'm on PS4 and I agree wholeheartedly, saving for PS5. Honestly, Dragonborn, it'll be 100% worth it. Hey, oh, hello, Michael. Speak of the devil, dude. I have mentioned you so many times this video, Michael and Jasmine. Seriously, I have plugged you guys about 10 times this video already. But whilst you're here, thank you ever so much. I did thank you at the start, but I wouldn't be here without you, Michael. So thank you ever so much for helping me on the way. Hey, Flames. Thank you for joining. I need to do a Star Wars themed park. No, that's not. To be honest, that doesn't really interest me. If I'm being honest, a Star Wars themed park. I know a lot of other people would excel at it, but no, it's not really. It's not really me. If I'm honest, I don't think I would really enjoy it that much. To be honest. Don't forget to plug my D&D. So yes, the Scarlet Knight, my younger brother, is currently doing D&D at the moment. I played my first ever game on Monday night on his channel, so I put that in the link. Hello, Cool Cross. Thank you for joining. MJ, I just started watching, buddy. Cheers, buddy. So yeah, my younger brother does D&D. I joined him for my first ever time playing Dungeons and Dragons the other night. So yeah, his video's on his channel. So if you want to go and check that out, there's a link somewhere on my channel. So have a look around. Daniel says, I like your spotlights, Matty. Oh, thank you. That means a lot. That cheers, bud. I like doing spotlights as well. Right, so do you guys want to go and have a look at Eden Springs? Let me go and show you what Eden Springs currently looks like. So I can't remember where we left off episode 4. Now I know episode 4 was about 5 weeks ago. I am really sorry that it's been so long since there's been another episode. Like I say, I had the laryngitis. I've been having difficulties with my back. Yeah, it's been a bit of a nightmare this past few months. So yeah, I haven't really been building, and then when I have been back on Planco, I've been doing other things like obviously spotlights. Hello, let's Ten Do TV. Hello, that's a new name. That's not one I'm familiar with. Thank you ever so much for joining. So yeah, here is Eden Springs. So of course the farmhouse, which a lot of people will already recognise. We've got all the pylons here and everything. Oh right, water feature. Right, so I put a water feature down here. It's because I thought I needed to have a water source for the lake over there. So I'm going to like kind of just have this water feature here, and then I'm going to bring up all this terrain around here. Yeah, the poo bin. Of course it has to have a poo bin. Yeah. This is the PS5 version, yeah. So, all right, so I just built the garage, hadn't I? So that's the last thing that I'd done was I built the garage. So since building the garage, I've just done a little bit more. I think I put the wall across there, just put a little bit more detailing on the side there as well. I put a couple more cars that look like they're coming through the car wash as well. And then just a little sign on the floor, just obviously for the car wash as well. I thought about separating this half and maybe putting a subway on this half of the shop. So like kind of like just have it split there and just and just put a subway. Never you mind justice for Tommy P. Get out. Not justice for Tommy P. This was my idea. I didn't steal it at all. Don't know what you're on about. No, it's not called Planet Coaster. I don't need coasters. Stop with your negativity. I don't need coasters at all. So yeah, so the last thing that I've done since doing this is I've put some shops down here. So we have Poets Corner Shop, so that is Poetry Slam, who is a Twitch streamer. We have Brivade's Florist. We've got TJ, so TJ's Thai Food, TJ Puffs 92. We've got a Fistful of Herbs and Spices. And then we've just got a beggar sat there. Don't ask why the beggar's got a gun. I couldn't do anything else about that, I'm sorry. So, yeah, it's just one of them things. We've got web gaming. And we've got Simulator Wages there. And then we've got Mavs Fam Clothing. There you go, nobody knows. There's your shop. So Mavs Fam Clothing. And then we have Claire's, obviously the jewellery shop. And we have Celium Sweets. And then just as you look over there, we've got some more fields just rolling out over the hills over there. So, yeah, that's all I've done at the moment. I haven't really done much else. Obviously, the plan being that the park is going to be in there. Right, so I'm going to let you guys know what the plan is. So, this park is 21% at the moment on a PS5. So, I'm thinking, I don't know, 30, 40% on a PS4. Maybe, give or take. What I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the outside and then I'm going to upload this park with the middle empty. And you guys then have got the biome. You've got this entire biome with all the outside, and you guys can design a park in there and then send it back and I'll show them off. Now, I will do a park myself. Oh, it's 32%. Oh, is that all it is, Michael? Oh, right, okay. So there you go, 32%. Thank you, Michael. So, yeah, so it'll be going up on the workshop, and then everybody can have this park and build their own theme park. Now, I probably won't make a contest out of it. It's not going to be a competition. I'm not going to have, like, first and second places or anything like that. But, obviously, people can just submit their parks and I'll just show them off as well. 20 people watching. That is absolute insanity. 20 people. That's crazy. Oh, football's on. Of course, I forgot about the football being on tonight as well. So, thank you ever so much for hopping in, Coaster Creations. I've had so many comments. But yeah, anyway, that's the plan, is that you guys will have access to this biome and you guys can build your own parks and then send them back for me to spotlight as well. So, yeah. So, 50 minutes for the spotlight. Oh, I think people are just hopping in just as we're about to finish. Let's just catch up on some of the comments. We've got no rides to ride in here. We need rides. We need rides. Hang on, let's load up a park so we can go for a ride on something. Hang on. I'm gonna load up Rivendell. So let's just load that up. So some of these comments. So, Matt is called Planet Coaster with Sue and need some coasters. Michael, get out with your negativity. Honestly. Or at least a theme park. This isn't Planet British Countryside. Oh my god, can you imagine if they did a Planet like Countryside? That's not the park I was looking at. I've loaded the wrong park. Hang on. Oh, that's Rel, not Rivendell. I loaded the wrong park. Hang on, what can we load up? What can we load up? Hang on. Let's just load up Eden Gardens again. Right, less coasters means more creating. Yeah, damn right. Jan says, can I just say for the record that it feels so cozy to be with you all whilst doing some coaster smoothing. Oh, that's so nice of you to say. Thank you. That really does mean a lot. Thank you. A coaster possibly 32%. Hey, half time the football. Late but here. How long have I been going on? About 50 minutes it's been going on at the minute. Check out the new pics I posted on the Discord for my second park. Yeah, I'll have a look at that. I will be having a look at that, don't worry. Let's go for a ride on Dragonheart just as we catch up with some of these comments. And then we will be bringing the stream to a wrap, I'm afraid, guys. So Daniel says, M&J, this is your best planker. You can build all you want. Doesn't need coasters all the time. Wait, said available to PS4. Did I hear that right? You're uploading this as a starter. Yes, Chris. So what my plan is for Eden Springs is I'm doing all the outside and I'm leaving that like blank in the middle and uploading it as a biome, and then you guys can build a park in it and send it back to me and I'll spotlight them on the channel. I might have some special guests come on as well and join me. I might, I don't know, I'm not fully worked out like kind of the 100% technicalities of it, and now I'm exactly going to do it. It probably won't be a contest, but don't take that as gospel, because it might be. I don't know. I haven't fully decided, but yes, it will definitely be going up on the workshop as a biome, and it will be shown off in some description. So yes, I just haven't worked out the logistics at all. Mount animals for our farms. I'd love to put animals in the farms in the game. What a shame. Could probably make a decent countryside in Planet Zoo. Do you know Planet Zoo has got a lot better foliage? So yeah, when Planet Zoo comes out, I will most likely be doing that loads. Good for me because I also have the console version, Xbox Series version. I've also got the Xbox as well. I've got Planet Coaster on Xbox and PlayStation with doing the spotlights. So yeah, just hit me up if you ever want me to do a spotlight. It might take me a while to get around to it, but I will get there eventually. And yeah, there you go. That's all the comments caught up with. So we've been going for 50 minutes. So yeah, I think we'll wrap up this stream. Thank you ever so much, everybody who's joined. I can't believe how many people have joined. 21 people at one point we had in the chat. That's insane. Thank you ever so much, everybody, for joining. Thank you, everybody who sent in all the questions. And of course, thank you for getting me to 1,000 subscribers. Honestly, I never for a second believed that I was going to get 1,000. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I was going to get 1,000. I don't know how it happened, if I'm honest. I'm still kicking myself even now. So, yeah, I don't know how that happened. So, thank you ever so much for all the support and everything. As I said at the beginning, thank you ever so much to Tommy CM, Michael and Jasmine, Planet Plipcam, Dan's Theme Park, Moomin, everybody else. There's so many people who I could reel off right now. Honestly, the list goes on for like forever of how many people I could thank. So, you know who you are. All you people. You know who you are. Did you miss the face review? I haven't done a face reveal. I didn't do a face reveal. I'm sorry. That was not part of what I was doing. But yeah, just closing out the stream now. So thank you ever so much, everybody, for joining. There will be another spotlight back out on Friday as with normal. So yeah, brilliant. Thank you ever so much. Thank you for joining, everybody. Take care. Stay safe. Look after yourselves. And I will see you on Friday for another Planet Coaster Park Spotlight. Take care, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.